Everybody, welcome back to Life After the Woods, episode 48 with me, Sid, and I'm finally getting to the point where my throat and nose and coughs and things are getting, if not under control, better. So, yeah, I am way behind on my recording because of this cold. Anyway, I have been doing things between episodes, and the first thing I did is I ran my tunnel bore off in another direction for a few hundred blocks. Actually, I was going to run it for a lot longer, but it fell off its rails. I need to do a slight redesign on that tunnel bore. I think we've got a slight issue with the placement sometimes of blocks, so it doesn't always get the bit done correctly. Anyway, we have got the tunnel bore. It's here, and it has thrown out various bits and pieces, and we've got a thing full of stuff, and we have got, I don't think we've got anything on the other side. This is the direction we went, by the way. We went over this way, and we will be going down there and having a look in a short while, because there's some interesting stuff. I think all of this side is empty. And we didn't get a huge amount, but you know, we've got like 32 iron, some rails which we can always throw back into the bottom. We've got more coal, more copper, we've got redstone, more redstone, some lapis, no gold actually, surprisingly. Went through a dungeon, and that is about it. We did not come out of that covered in glory, I don't think. You know, that's the thing, considering the distance we ran. But we'll just chuck those over to my my storage system, and we'll go and sort those out later. Because I wanted to go and have a look down. Well, for starters, down this side we hit a mine shaft, which we basically have run side by side, straight on two tunnels, both sides, no obvious progression out. And then a bit further down, we still need to go down and check the tunnel walls as well. But I may actually build a tunnel bore that takes out this central tunnel once this is built. It's just a thought, really. I'm thinking whether we can get a tunnel system that, you know, multiple tunnel bores, one that bores, one that replaces, one that builds and fills in the blocks, although that one could be more painful, not sure. But down here, I'm going to need my torches. We intersected a dungeon with a zombie spawner. And I am going to, I think you're probably in the tunnel. Are you? Probably. So that could be quite useful. Of course, there's a possibility. Can you be a 1, 2, 3, 4? I suppose there's potential for you to be over there. So we'll light that up and we'll leave that as is. And then really wasn't much in there. A bit of gunpowder, which is ironic. But this guy might actually be useful. Hello. I think you are. Right, this is the other problem. The interior of this tunnel is in itself not safe. But we got down this far, there's a dungeon, and I would like to try and do something, as I say, with that hoover. That was a jig. Oh, and that. There we go. So that's the thing. But I'm going to need to go back and make something. Now, I've been umming and ahhing about what to do this episode because I'm struggling creatively with where I want to go with this particular thing. And I'm thinking with this particular series, and I'm thinking that I want to move down the farms route, the resource gathering route, because we're 48 episodes in, and we're still getting iron, for example, by mining, which is that's bang out of order. Especially when there's such things as iron farms. All we need to do is come up with a system that we can utilise, and I do want to go and investigate this this mine shaft as well. That's something that I'd like, because one thing I would like to find, shiny blue rocks, is a spider spawner, because if I do want to go down the route of farming up making gunpowder through the potion route, then I'm going to need some infrastructure. I'm going to need the means of getting spider eyes easily. I'm going to need a lot of create power to run all of the various systems. So I think the first thing I need to do is just sort out my loot chest, get my various... Just bear with me a second. Sorry about that, I got interrupted by an urgent message involving bacon cobs, so bacon cobs take priority every time. Anyway, yeah, I've got a reasonable bit amount of things to sort out in here. A lot of ores and blocks and things, so I'm going to get these sorted, processed, and the iron ore it is. Gold, more redstone, coal and lapis. I think that's probably all the ore blocks, so I just need to break these down with my fortune pick, and then life will be good. Let me get that done. Back in a second. Alright, it is morning. It looks actually like it's actually no longer... Oh, looks like a trader might have met his demise. It looks like we're no longer in winter. It looks like we're into spring, so that's always nice. Frozen things. So I put all the redstone and everything away. That's the stuff we need to process in here, which will obviously give us a whole load more materials over that end. So my plans are fairly flexible, but what I think we need to do to start off with is we need to go and grab myself some building materials, or loose building materials. I don't need anything fancy, so I can start to lay out an approximate foundation for this high power create factory, which is my loose name for it right now. Essentially, I am... What on earth is that? Oh, weathered limestone cobble. Okay. Cobblestone oak. No, let me just find anything that I've got a huge amount of. We'll go with slate. That will do. This is just to mark out some corners and some foundation areas. So what we're going to have to do is we need to get into the create, is it the flywheel? It is. It's this wee beastie. Not luminous jelly, that. And it's a mechanical crafting recipe. It uses brass ingots. It makes one of those, and we would use that. Oops, hello. Let me go. If we W and ponder that, no. Okay. Ponder. So basically what we do is you have a furnace with one of these things on it creating rotational force. So to run these we need fuel. There are a number of fuels. And we need something in there to actually cook as well. But that's fine because my plan is to actually use wood from the thing. It creates a very large stress capacity. It is just a big old thing, and the blast furnace will double the efficiency. Now there is a trick we can do with redstone where you never actually smelt the item that you're doing, so that is possibly something we want to play with. I don't know yet, but first thing we need is a source of fuel and a place to build it. So my thoughts are we have a large expanse of space over here, and what I'm thinking is this can move. This is only here because actually this is only here, doesn't really matter where this is, this can go anywhere. I may even build a little silo over here for that. That's a possibility we'll look at in a moment, but we could quite literally have it start here like so it will come this way, and then maybe as far as here like that. I don't think, no, I'm not sure whether this area here is going to be big enough to use in that manner, but then we can kind of come this way all the way down to, say, I don't know, around about there, and that will come out and line up here, give or take it about there. Now that is if it was a straight space, but we obviously have that, so from here we could then come, say, to around about, let's give us a little bit more room on that one. We could come out like that, and then that would come out to, say, here, and then that could come across to here. It gives us lots and lots of room to play with. So first question, where do I want to build my rotational force generator and my fuel generator? So my thoughts are we're going to come in here for starters and take that out, and we're probably going to do it back here. We'll cut this into this landscape a little bit and just generally utilize the space back here a little bit better. And for fuel, my thoughts are fairly simple. What we're going to use is a tree farm. In fact, we're going to use one of those tree farms. So first things first, I think I need to cut myself some terrain clearance and see where that gets us. Let's just go and bring this nicely back. And let's see where this takes me. I'll be back in a second once I have finished clearing out some terrain and clearing out some weeds as well, because this is a particularly grassy area and it's very difficult to see what the hell's going on here. So yeah, let me have a little bash at that. I'll be back in a moment. Alright, got the basics underway. Now I do need a I think if I remember rightly, a chute cannot filter items. So what we are going to need, and given that we're not using this area over here particularly, we will still continue to use this, but that should be more than enough down there anyway. I should be able to take some of that lot off, and probably even that, because all of this is actually not necessary. This will want anyway, so I might as well grab you while I'm at it, and might as well take that out as well, and we'll just back. Oops, I left a hole down there, but that's really not going to matter in the long run. I think I should. Oh, I don't have much dirt. Okay, that's fine. That'll go there. This lot I actually do want to shift out of here anyway, and get out of the way. I don't think I'll ever want 1140 oak saplings, or for that matter 338 spruce saplings. I want sticks. Sticks are actually a viable source of fuel, but what I do need to do is take this out. This lava stone is also not chopping. It's vanishing whenever I try and chop it up, so I don't know what's going on with that, unless it never worked that way, which is possible, I suppose. But you know, we'll fill all of this up and get it all nicely out the way. I think I will probably dig up this podzol and reseed it as just plain grass as well, just because that's fine as it is. Because I say whatever we put in there is going to be a thing, and this tree farm is just going to sit there doing its bit. You know, it's already put 15 in there. Not the biggest. I mean, I think we could probably have got away with making this one bigger, but because it's certainly not filling in on this. Actually, we do need to. Okay, give me that. I'm missing a tree spot here. Go. Right. So that will just do its thing and it will fill that now. The only thing I want out of that is the wood. The rest of it is waste, and I meant to pick up some dirt. I think I will put some dirt in my return chest over here. Did I? I did. Just got a places I need to put it, although I am going to be moving all of that momentarily, so possibly not. And as I said, there is definitely not that, but that. Keep the slime ball, the oaks can go, that can go. All of the rest of that we need. I'm just going to dig up this podzol and replace it as dirt. So we've got it. I have silk touched all over this out, but you know, there's only so much podzol I need, and it's not like it's hard to get. I mean, you know, I could always just grow a mega spruce, let's be honest, which is exactly how we got these. So yeah, back in a moment. Alright, a slight design change. I was going to run a conveyor belt all the way down to here. I am now not going to run a conveyor belt all the way down to there. I am going to run a conveyor belt to like that. I'm going to need more conveyor belt, but that's fine. This is going to come down to here into into one of these, It probably could actually just be another barrel, to be fair. Just because the plan is to bring the contents of that barrel out this way and then run down a 4-long conveyor belt here, which I will of course need to power, and then the flame source is going to run, or the lava source is going to be blown from here across basically to, is it from there? Lava source there. And probably, I'm going to struggle if I do that. I basically want the fire to run this way. If I run it across, I'm going to burn myself every time I stand in front of it. So right now what I have done is I have filtered underneath there. There is a chute with a filter which is going to drop sticks. I'll just drop those ones and those straight into lava, but wood is going to be stockpiled, but it's going to come straight out of here and into the next container, which I probably need an andesite chute for, and I'm going to need some more conveyor belt and all sorts of things. The only problem when you're building and winging it like this, when you're not next to your building supplies, you're backwards and forwardsing all the time. Whereas if you've planned out your build, you can make sure you've got everything on your personage. So yeah, that was an important lesson learned. I use a locker. If I put it to the bottom half of a locker, then I can bring them out. Ooh, that's an interesting concept. Well, relatively interesting concept. Well, maybe not very interesting at all. It's a concept. You are an andesite funnel. That's the beastie I want. And that you are just going to be set to logs. So that is fine. Oh, let me just have a look at lockers then. That's basically 2 chests and a door to make a locker. I don't know whether that's fireproof, so we can take it to a reinforced locker. I'm fairly certain that will be fireproof, or I can go with an embellished craft locker, which is basically steel plates and steel. I think how much? Oh, hang on a second. Hammer with a flattened. Yeah, okay. Might just be able to pull this up. Or not. Raw steel is made with ferrite, which is made by cooking iron in a blast furnace. Okay. Just check that again. Raw steel is made of ferrite. We need 3 ferrite, so put 3 iron in a blast furnace, and we should have sticks. That'll do. While we're at it, we'll drop off a few sticks because I don't need that many on my personage. Right, well, we've got one of those hammery things. Tools. There we go, one hammery thing. Yeah, well, this might work. We'll give it a try. The worst that can happen is it just completely fails. But I think this might take a while. Because, yeah. Alright, be back in a moment. Alright, so we've got the filter in. This is now burning up any saplings and or sticks. There might be the odd occasion where the doesn't get to be. This shouldn't be. But there might be the odd occasion where we miss a sapling. But this should always have enough, because these deployers will always have a sapling in their hand. So unless we get like 3 or 4 trees planted, chopped down on the same one, and no sapling drops, we should be good. Now what we want then is I want basically we want a chute pulling out of here, and again that will be pulling out logs, and then we will run it. We'll have a lava source here, so I will put something more solid in there, but then I need to bring, this is going to be a pain. How am I going to get the, because we're going to have you are going to be there, and I need to bring some power in from the rear, which I suppose, I mean, if I do you that way round, you're still, yeah, that's not going to play, is it? I'm going to have to come around this, but I also need to bring power out to a conveyor belt that runs from there. That needs backfilling, doesn't it? In fact, I'll have those blocks because they are used for building blocks, and I'm not actually building down there now, so we'll just backfill that with some rubbish, he says. And then we can pop you down like so. That will come down here before we come out, and then 1, 2, 3, and off at the end here into the final source, which will be this. So again, I'll just drop that down temporarily, hop you on there. It will be an andesite funnel on there, but it will not be outputting, it will be inputting. And that's out. Okay, yeah. I realise that is going to work. I don't want it to quite work like that though. And there will be a block there with that, and then this will go from there to there, and that will all be lovely. Now I need something here, and there to stop that, but I also do need to get my lava source here, and I need to check that this is running. So what do I need? If I bring you, let's try this for starters. Borrow that one. Clear you. No, that's not right. That would be another vertical, wouldn't it? And then we can come here and here with another, because it doesn't need to be powerful or fast, it just needs to work. That's fine actually. That is fine. That does not. What happens if I were to put, no, if I were to so that's got me power transferring over there, and then all I need to do is bring power up, and that is going to be another vertical gearbox, I believe. I know I've got some spares. And another vertical gearbox. bit expensive in vertical gearboxes, but you know. Whoa, hell. And that is blowing that direction, which is absolutely perfect. So then, armed with that, all I need to do is block off here, block over the top, and block off that side. Drop a blob of lava in, and I've got a cooker. I haven't got any glass on me, so I'll go and grab that first. And I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so I've got everything I think we need. We're going to place in... I'm going to go with a block there, just because that makes more sense in my opinion. Put a bit of glass there. A bit of glass there. Lava there. Oh, no, that is not what I... No, oh well. I'm using this quartz glass just because it's different. I don't know whether it's any better or any worse. But we now have got a cooker, which, see, that's why I didn't want it blowing at me. Just, only in Minecraft do you demonstrate getting caught on fire by actually getting caught on fire. I think everywhere else has, you know, any other health and safety thing has a whole kit and caboodle of stuff, and then I want to filter that so that only accepts... That doesn't fit. Oh yes, because I put a andesite one on, which is no use to anybody. I want to filter you to only accept that, and let me just check. That is definitely going incorrectly. In fact, let me sleep. Sleep, 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 sleep. Sleep, sleep. And effectively here now, what we have is an infinite charcoal factory. Or at least we will do when I swap you over to that. So those blocks are going to come nicely and slowly down the line, getting cooked in stacks of 64 in this instance, but you know, ultimately things three stacks at a time is not bad. They'll cook, and eventually, with a little bit of time, and again we could speed this up considerably just by actually putting on a bigger... Oh, that one's already cooked. Oh, bum. Okay, hang on a second, I've just spotted something. Let's turn you off. Let's get that off of the sheet. Let's take you, pop you there, take you, pop you there, get that on, pop that on, pop the filter on, I mean I can, oops, he says I can just get rid of them by throwing them on the conveyor belt. Yes, you can, providing you can hit what you're aiming for. And then that goes in there, and all we need to do is turn our system back on, and that will start cooking charcoal, and charcoal will then become the fuel for our main system. So in theory, if I wanted to, we could also start filtering. I could have filtered the sticks out. I don't think I'm ever going to be that desperate for sticks that I need to farm them. But this will work. Infinite thing. Now, the next step is of course going to be the hooferator. I also need to build this, so I'm going to start just pause here and I'm going to build my little silo for this system. I'm also going to drop these unwanted bits back in there. I am going to make sure I always carry one of those, and I'm just going to put my items away. Have I not got... What's the bedding? It's that one. No, it's not actually. Okay, fine. There you go. Let me get that tower built up and I'll be back in a moment. And there you go. Nothing fancy, just a big red and black box that happens to filter all of our stuff down and, you know, allow us to do that should we wish to as well, which is important to be able to do that. In terms of creating charcoal, yeah, this is working fine, and we've got a big enough space here, so when we come out of here we can then bring into the flywheel, and should I need to, I may be able to even do 2 or 3 flywheels. It depends on how, like I say, this, we can just expand this, make a bigger tree farm if we need more wood to go through this system. There's plenty of storage, plenty of backup storage, plenty of everything basically. So yeah, let's see how this goes, and next episode we'll start on putting together some heavy power, and I'll probably go and have a look for a spidey spawner so I can get myself a goodly supply of spidey eyes to make the I think it's the weakness potions. I can have poison potions, weakness potions, whatever it is I need to do to make the gunpowder, because clearly mob farms don't work on this instance, and I don't know why. I've tried altering the height of my AFK platforms, I've tried different varieties, I've even tried a witch farm, again following well established tutorials for vanilla witch farms, and they just do not work, and I do not know why. Whether it's biomes aplenty screwing with it, I have no idea. Obviously this is going to be a big building when it comes around, so that's fine, but yeah, we're pretty good at the moment, and until next time, thanks for watching guys. I will see you soon, and bye for now.